Okay, I had a lot of questions based on my client with her eyes having a cord from her eyes into another person. I'm going to dive into why cord releasing is so valuable to you and how it can support you with different benefits, and then how I do cord releasing, which is probably different than a lot of people out there because I know a lot of people cut the cords and I'm not into that. So, oh, and then lastly, a practice I do every night. Okay, so first off, my client, when they were connected to this other person, I actually saw multiple cords. So there was one from her eyes, there was one from the feet, and I'm not going to fully remember this because when I'm channeling, I don't necessarily remember everything that I'm doing. I just know that it is supportive and I know the results. So I worked, sometimes I can just request that they release the cord of whatever, however it might show up. And sometimes I ask for support from other spirit guides or ancestral support and angels, etc., God. It really depends on what I feel called to request support from based on whoever I'm working with. So it varies, right? And the client, after this was removed from her eyes, which there was damage, so then I needed to do healing on that, energetic healing on that. So it's not just like, let's cut this, snip, and we're moving on. No, Bethany dives in, and me, third person. I dive in and I see what is happening. I've seen cords wrapped around hearts and it's just like scrunching them. I've seen cords coming from the back and people don't even know that they're there. And so all of these, however they show up, or on the feet, keeping them from moving forward, mean that someone else is having a very big influence on your life. So if you think even of a breakup or a business relationship, or where you really can't think straight because something is so heavy. I mean, a breakup is the easiest one. I've done so many breakups. And they're like, I want him to come back to me. And I'm like, okay, well, no guarantee. Because when we do the release, then you're going to be fully in your power. So they might not want you fully in your power, and then you may not even be interested in them afterwards. So it's funny how that works. But I always preface that because you just don't know. So you could be having more ideas, more creativity, more in flow. Maybe you've been feeling like you're walking and you're just moving and working on things, but you're getting absolutely nowhere. Maybe there's a cord that's pulling you backwards. So when I tune in, it could be a past life, it could be an individual. Typically, the offer that I just created, because these have been so popular lately, you just email me with the purchase your name, your birth date, and the person and the relationship. Not that I need that information, but I feel like it is a way to get you involved, so that's kind of funny. But anyway, I digress. The healings are very freeing, and I'm all about creating freedom and love and joy in this world because we are so worthy. Personally, I've been more into cutting cords on myself after it's been so popular on other people. I'm like, okay, that's a sign. I've cut cords with money for me personally, and oh my God, that is so freeing, and it was insane what I saw. It was like so crazy. So for any intuitives out there, feel free to try that on, or, order. But so powerful, and the clarity, the freedom, you might have more ease in the relationships that you had struggles with. I mean, I've had clients order for almost every single family member. And then now they're like, I have one in particular, they're now ordering for their wife and like all her family. They're on like their 4th order already. So they are obviously experiencing tons of support through this experience. And so I'm like, why not? Let's just make it easy for everyone to have access to this and just uplift the world just a little bit more, because that is my mission. And let me know if you have any other questions on this. Happy to respond. I'm sure there's so much that I left out, but I will say I do not cut the cords. I do an energetic release, and through that, because I am a healer, you will receive healing as well as just the release of the person. So juicy. If you feel called, you'll know.